Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your June 2020 Is It in the Cards love reading. This is for all Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So I'm glad that you found me, and thank you to everyone who's been watching my channel and liked, commented, subscribed. I so appreciate your support and the nice comments I receive. It's really beautiful. I try to respond to all of them. Sometimes YouTube is a little funny because it sends me emails on some comments and not on others, and then I'll look and there's this like a day's worth of comments I haven't responded to, so I apologize because I don't always know when they're coming. And if you're new here, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. If you tap the bell, you'll be notified when new videos are posted. However, if you don't want notifications, they're basically every week, okay? I do weeklies, I do monthly, mid-month check, and then I do this Is It in the Cards love reading. So here we go. Let's see what's going on here. What is the guidance? Give us some guidance, please. Sagittarius for love. What is the guidance for Sagittarius, please, for love? June 2020. June 2020. All right, here we go, guys. Now we'll give 3 cards for you, 3 cards for them, and then the guidance. You've got the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords. They have the World, Justice, and the 5 of Cups. Very interesting lineup here because there's a lot of complementary energies. And then the guidance here is the 4 of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Magician. So, you know, overall here, I think you're definitely trying to move on from something from the past that really wounded you. You have Libra energy here, and you do have 3 major arcana with the Magician, Justice, and the World. But there's definitely about a conclusion of a cycle here. So for some of you, I think you've got new stuff coming in. If you're asking about somebody from the past coming back around, I don't see that happening. I think for you, you do have somebody new coming in. But I think that there is a lot of, I actually think this could be somebody from the past. I don't think this is necessarily the new person. It feels more like a past situation, but we'll talk about the new when we get down here. You know, it's somebody I think you were with for a long time. I think there's nostalgic feelings there. I think some of you may still find items of theirs around your house. Either you were living together or they kept stuff at your house, and it's like you find random things of theirs. Even like for somebody, I'm seeing like an old, like a W-2 or a tax thing. It's stuff like that where they left behind just a lot of stuff where it's like the hassle of returning it. You know, it's just not worth your time. But I do feel like you had love for this person, and I think that it was a very painful separation. I feel like you've done a lot of work on yourself here with the 6 of Swords and trying to move forward, but, you know, trying to separate yourself from the emotional baggage that this left with you because, yes, this card is about a moving forward, but it is also about an emotional journey. I think that this person was a great teacher for you, whoever this was. I do think they were one of your best teachers, but it came with some wounds, and this is definitely about something being over. This is not about a return of a love, even though you do have the 6 of Cups here. With these two, it's about you moving forward, moving on, and moving on to something better. I definitely think that whatever you have coming towards you here could be, certainly could be with another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But I do think that there was an imbalance of power with this. It feels like there was something going on here where this person was not very honest, and what you're going to draw towards you will be something a lot more honest, integrous, and I do feel like this other person that's coming towards you is manifesting a relationship. They might not be doing it deliberately, but they are doing it. So I'm not trying to tell you that they're going to come in and be, you know, a law of attraction expert. I think they're doing it by default, but they're still doing it anyway. So what you have here with this other person, again, I do feel like this has more to do with somebody from the past. With the World, you've got a conclusion of a cycle. So there was freedom with this and relief. And I feel like this person was very depressed. And I think that they were having suicidal ideation. And certainly that is not your responsibility. But I don't think they were being honest about the depths. And I think, again, I think they were having thoughts of suicide and things. And quite frankly, you're fortunate that they left, because I do think that it would have gotten to the point, it was almost like they should have been happy, but they weren't. And it was like, if I can't be happy here, this is never going to get better. You know, it's like they had a lot of emphasis or pressure on, if the relationship in this situation doesn't make me happy because it is good, then I'm stuck in eternity with this. It may be too with this person, they've got some other mental health issues that are untreated. Maybe bipolar with depression, it feels like. So anyway, I do think though, there was definitely a turn of events here that drew them away from you. And it was with sadness. I think too, with this 5 of Cups, I think they still think about it. I think it's related to the 6 of Cups here. They're still not over it, and they're going to have questions in their mind for probably the rest of their time on the earth about, did they do the right thing? I think you're moving on, and you're going to find somebody sooner than later. I would say probably by July, if you haven't met somebody already. It does feel like this person may be already in your awareness, but I think it's going to be with a lot of sadness for them that, they did something that they regret. They're full of regret. Now, normally I'd pull an archetype card for you and them, but I actually want to do it for you in the new situation. I feel like this is sort of like the gum that's had the flavor chewed out of it. It's like old news, yesterday's business. And it's done. It's a concluded cycle with the world here too showing up. So there's no point in belaboring the point, however you want to say that, belaboring the point. But here's what I see for new stuff. You're in your power with the King of Wands and the Magician. This is a beautiful combination to show up here for you. Again, I do think that you've had some time in solitude. You've had some time by yourself. Somebody here feels like a light worker. And if you're not familiar with that term, really light workers are here on earth to raise our vibration. And they tend to have a lot of alone time. They tend to be somewhat isolated because of that. And it's not necessarily with sadness, but there's an energy component, an energetic component. And it's not that they don't attract people either, but it's interesting. I mean, I experience that with my own situation. I have friends and I have a family and I have a job with about 800 people that I see every day when it's in session. But otherwise, I do feel like I experience quite a bit of time in solitude. And that's what I'm getting for you, that somebody here is definitely a light worker, but that's a good thing. And we're getting more of them, by the way. If you're not aware of that, we're getting more people who are on the earth to raise our vibration together. So that doesn't feel like it right now, though, does it? My God, what chaos we're in. But anyway, it's really our only way out. So I feel like you've been contemplative and been reflective and just kind of looking at the landscape of your life and trying to figure out what to do to move forward. But what you have coming in is somebody who's an equal match. You know, with the King of Wands and the Magician, these are both two power players. These are, I would say the Magician is definitely a more powerful energy than the King of Wands, but this isn't like some little page with the Magician. This is like, I definitely feel like you're going to be much more on equal ground. This person is going to be much more stable because, quite frankly, I think for some of you, you're almost being a treatment center for this person, and it didn't go well. And I do feel like some of you felt kind of trapped in it for some reason. May have been financial or some other issue that kept you tied to them, but you knew it wasn't the right thing to be in. This person's very confident. They're the kind of person, when they walk into a room, people take notice. They might be quite tall in stature, where they've got this carriage and this build where people automatically notice them just because of their size. And not in a bad way, but in a very much so like, who's that, you know? So I feel like this person has a very solid career. They have good relationships with their family. They have friends, but it's not going to be interfering. They would not put their friends ahead of a very serious relationship. They wouldn't, break commitments to go hang out with their buddies or something like that. This is somebody who, I feel like too, they like water, even though there's not watery energy here. Like they like the beach, they might surf, they might scuba dive or have their certification in scuba diving for somebody here. But I definitely think that they want to be active, they want to go out, they want to do things. Whereas this other person, because of their mental state, they were all over the place. Sometimes they could be fantastic, but other times they were like just sitting on YouTube for hours, watching YouTube videos. And that's not really fun to have as a partner when you've got, you want to go to the beach and they're just wanting to watch different YouTube videos about watches and stuff. So I mean, it was like very mundane feeling stuff. So I'm going to pull these Carolyn Mace archetype cards for this, because normally I would do it up here, but I don't feel like it's relevant. So the first one's going to be for you. And you've got the companion for your card. The light attributes are loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness for you. The shadow attributes are betrayal by misusing confidences and loss of personal identity. So your guidance here is just to have some autonomy, and this makes a lot of sense with whatever was going on in the past, where you may have been too much, taking care of people too much, and it was causing you to then feel responsible in a way that was not your responsibility. So the person that's coming towards you, their card is the shapeshifter, and their light attributes are skill at navigating through difficult levels of consciousness, the ability to see potential in everything. And the shadow attribute is projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. So sometimes these people can be relentlessly positive, where they don't want to look at the negative side of something because they just don't want more of it. And sometimes that can make it difficult to problem solve. We're going to do one more card. This is a Whispers of Love card. It's an oracle card for attracting more love into your life. The Union of Hearts. A love connection defies explanation. So this person may come in at a very unexpected time for you. And it may be through a very unexpected way, like somebody you meet through, a service that you're getting your car worked on, or you're getting some kind of repair at your house or something like that. It feels like they come through in a very unexpected way. So is it in the cards? Yes, I do feel you have new stuff coming in, but there's something here definitely that's over. There's a chapter that's closed, and really the overall guidance is to move forward without it. Even if this person is, trying to make contact and stuff, I just don't think they're going to be stable enough to do anything with them. So you have it coming forward, but you've got new coming in. So I love you so much, Sagittarius, and I'll be back again soon.